are on the Trust's first dementia-friendly ambulance that we've set up ready to go live next week, with the intention to roll out across the whole Trust to make all our ambulances dementia-friendly. We have created this because we know that we're seeing more patients that are living with dementia across the country. The number of people being diagnosed is increasing year on year, and we felt that it was really important that we develop something to meet the needs of those specific patient groups, and an area that we thought we could really influence that and make some small changes was the internal environment of the ambulance. So the first thing that we changed was the window design, which you can see behind me. It might just look like a normal nice picture of the countryside, but it's actually got some really key points to help our staff engage and communicate with patients that are living with dementia when they're conveying them to hospital. So you can see we've got some butterflies, some birds, there's a fox, so you can have a game of find the fox or count the birds. You can have a conversation about whether they lived in the countryside when they were younger, what they used to do when they were children, because there's some children playing just in the corner of the photo. So it's supposed to have those key points to allow a prolonged period of time for communication to distract the patients from any anxiety they had during the journey. The window sticker also prevents any reflection, and we know from doing some patient engagement that reflection on windows can be really disorientating and increase anxiety, so it's important for us that we could use an image that would cover that reflectiveness that we have predominantly in all of our windows within the ambulance. So we are going to have these blue boxes that will be on each vehicle, and it's basically a toolkit for our staff to use anything that's within there to meet the needs of their patient, and they can flex what they use depending on how long patients had dementia, how progressed their dementia is. They might need a slightly different approach. One of the things you can see here that we will be putting in them is Twiddle muffs. So they have things on the inside that our patients can put their hands in either end. It keeps their hands busy and warm, but it will hopefully stop them fiddling with straps on carry chairs, on the trolley, as we know that that's often a point that they will automatically go towards, which is a safety risk along with anything else. So having a twiddle muff will hopefully give them something to do, keep their hands busy and relax them whilst we're transporting them. So this document has been nationally developed by the Alzheimer's Society and the Royal College of Nursing, and it is the national template for This Is Me document, which inside has areas about the patient, where they're from, and some further detail within it about things they like, how they take their medication. So hopefully anyone that comes into contact with that person will understand what they really like, what their needs are, what they don't like, to personalise their care. Our aim is that we will give these to all of the patients across EMAS, so every patient that we see will have one of these. So we know from research that music is a really effective way of reducing anxiety with many patients, not just those living with dementia. We went to a patient engagement group and spoke to some music therapists about actually how we could tailor a playlist specifically for groups of patients and ages of patients that live with dementia. So we now have the ability for our staff to access a playlist that will play through into the back of the ambulance where the patient is, and they will be able to select specific tracks based on their patient age. We know from the research that your music memory imprints between the age of 17 and 30. So there will be a list of what your patient age is and actually which era of music will be most memorable to them, with the hope that we can provoke some really positive memories of when they were 17 to 30, which they will hopefully have a really positive reaction to with the music playing on the way to the hospital.